Hey everyone, it is time for my update for my Project 10 pan. This is all lip products. So my introduction, I will link it down below, but I had picked out 10 products from my collection that had been around for a while that I wanted to try and use up. The introduction was a while ago. I did have my son in the meantime, so there was a lot of time where I wasn't wearing any makeup. Basically, the only thing on my face was chapstick. Let's start out with the progress. I'll start with the ones that I completed all together. So the first one is this Lip Sense Bougainvillea gloss. This is where we started, was this line right here. There was probably about a third left of the gloss, and it is now down to here, but it's at the point where even when I, store it all these different funky ways, I am not able to really reach the product, and it has gotten to the point where it just like closed shut. So it's a goner for sure. The next one was this little sample size. It was the Tarte Energy Lip Surgeons, and what I thought was supposed to be like one of those ones that changes your lip color like based off of your heat and stuff, and so you have kind of like a nice light pink. For some reason it didn't work like that for me. I had the line like right here because I had only used it like once. To me, it didn't really change the pigmentation of my lips at all, but it was a really, really gorgeous, like super juicy, glossy look. So I did really like it in the fact that it made my lips look really like plump and just really nice. But to me, it didn't change the coloring. Not like, how there's like the Dior one, e.l.f. has one of my Lipstick Queen ones is kind of essentially the same thing where, it's supposed to kind of change color. Didn't that I could notice for my lips, but I did really like the gloss. Not something that I probably like purchase, but it was fun trying it out. This one is a bittersweet moment. I had it for a while, but I'm excited to see it done, but it's so nice and so pricey that it's kind of a sad thing. This is the Sarah Happ Lip Slip, and it seems like there's quite a bit of product left in there, but like when you're applying it and you're pushing all that down, it's essentially impossible to get out. I could cut it open and get the rest of that out. I might try to squeeze out a little bit more as I can, but it's becoming too much of a chore, and I'm not really one to do the whole cut and get every last drop. I know that I'm wasting in that essence, but when I have a hard time getting it out, it's done. It's done in my opinion. So I finished 3 out of 10, which I think is really great. And now let's go to the progress of the remaining products. So this next one is completely worn off the label, just being in my purse. It was the NYC, just gloss in something or another. I don't even remember what it's called. But it's just a nice little nude. I think it's called Mocha. Was it called Mocha? I don't know. But this is where we started, was this line here at the top. It was fairly brand new, and it does kind of settle, so that's nice for making lines for progress. And now I'm like a little bit more than the halfway mark. So really good progress. This is a nice one that just gives you a little bit of color to the lips, more of just a gloss, but does have a little bit more on like the brown side. So it is a really great one for just kind of amping up your look if you want to just put some gloss on. And does have a little bit of shimmer to it, but hardly anything that's really detectable on the lips. And I like it. I don't think I will get it again once I've completed it, but I'm enjoying using it. Now we have a NYX Butter Gloss, and this one is in Meringue, and we started right here at the top. It was basically brand new. This one's a hard one because you can't really tell from the outside how much you've used, but just based off of how often I have been grabbing it, I'm thinking that my line's about there. So I still have quite a bit left to do. This color is one that doesn't match a ton of different looks, so I have to really play around with it where I'll kind of put it on my lips and then really like buff it in to maybe make the color seem a little bit less intense instead of having this straight pigment on there. Or I'll do a lot of layering, like maybe layering these two together or these two together to have it be a little bit more toned down. The next ones are all ones that I have measured on my paper here. So this is the Hazel by Lipstick Queen. This is one of those ones that when you put it on your lips, it kind of changes. It's blue in the tube, but it changes to like a nice light berry color. So in the intro, we had the progress was at there, and then based off of how much I've used, it's a little bit lower, so that's nice. I feel like I have been using this a lot, and it's a really easy wear, so this is one where I could have been using it the whole time after I had my little guy, because it's also really nice and moisturizing, but didn't think of it. Another one why I wasn't grabbing this all the time. I actually need to put this near my bed because then I'll use it up super quick. This is the Fresh Sugar. This is just their nice lip balm. I don't want it to fall out. Okay. It is very soft, so I have my line right down here. So the introduction line, here we are at the first update. So this will for sure needs to be done by the next one because there's no reason why it can't be. We have a NYX lip liner. This one I really kind of neglected. I wish I had picked a little bit more of like a straight nude lip liner or even like a darker berry shade because I have been wanting to wear those colors more, but this one's more of like a raspberry red, which is still really nice, and I'll just need to make sure and start wearing it a little bit more, but I didn't make too much progress at all. Just a tiny bit from the introduction. Definitely I need to remember to wear that. Then we have the, I was actually surprised at how much I used this one, the Revlon Honey. This is the Kissable Lip Stains or whatever. Let me roll this up. This one I forgot how, or maybe it's just me, it turns really pink on me, whereas it feels more of like a neutral in the tube. So there we have the introduction and the first update. So I did use quite a bit. Most of it is like if you go all the way down to the bottom, I'm not really going too far down into the tube yet. It's basically just kind of shaving up that tip that was there to begin with. And then last but not least, this one is, I don't know how long this one's gonna last. This is the Bare Minerals in Moxie Speak Your Mind. And it is also just like a little deluxe sample, but it's really quite pigmented and these still last a long time. And being in my Arizona hot purse, or actually I use a backpack now, it has gotten quite janky, so I'm not going to even hold it up there to the I did measure it, but I just don't want to risk it falling off. So that was the introduction. That second line is where it's at now. So I used it quite a bit, but each time I use it, it gets a little bit more distorted and distorted and distorted. This also, to me, is running, I mean, it is a pink shade, but I don't know what it is, but I feel like these colors are running really pink on me, which is not a bad thing, but wasn't really what I was going for. I wanted to have a few more like nudes that I could use with any look, but oh well. Oh well, so that's my progress so far, update number 1. I really would like to have this completed by the end of the year, so I got a few months here left to really just go hard on these last 6 remaining products. I just uploaded my Pan That Palette eyeshadow update, as well as an introduction to a Pan That Palette face palette introduction, where I'm doing a face palette that I'm trying to pan and use up. So if you haven't already seen those, go ahead and check them out, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!